Yo, still Bills, what's the deal, man? I just had another early day at the job. I'm about to go get me something to eat right now from the stove, man. I want some chicken. But peep game, man. We gotta talk about Anthony Joshua and this whole step aside money situation, man. It's weird, like how somebody can be as accomplished as Anthony Joshua is, and not just being accomplished, but more than willing to put his livelihood and his reputation on the line to work towards a goal that all these fighters should be working towards, which is being undisputed. Despite him doing that, he's still being met with a certain level of animosity. It's all, oh man, he's soft, he ain't this, he ain't that, he yada yada yada. Now, it's just anything to clap at Anthony Joshua. You dig? There's nothing wrong if he decided he wanted to take step. If he decides he wanted to take step aside money, there's nothing wrong with that. Lennox Lewis not stepped aside, but when Oliver McCall did him the way he did him, it was 2 years or so before he got that rematch. Sometimes you gotta go, you have to rebuild yourself psychologically and take those lower level opponents. You got Anthony Joshua hasn't had a break, and you would think he would get all the love and the praises for that, man. But because he's in a division with Deontay Wilder, and America just can't see past the scope of the Canadian or Mexican border, they just, oh man, it's Wilder or nothing. It's just real ridiculous how it pertains to him, man. A dude who is, a unified world champion, former 2-time unified world champion, one of the biggest earners in the sport. It's still people who are denying the fact, or who are adamant on the fact that Anthony Joshua ducked Deontay Wilder. It's still people riding that narrative because it makes them feel good. They're comfortable with that narrative. And some people don't like to be exposed to the truth. The truth is real, it's real unsettling when you ain't ready to accept it. But somebody as accomplished as he is, man, he just continues to get shit on, and it's just like, yo, he can't do anything right. They had all the love and praises for him when they was jumping for joy when he got beat by Usyk in the manner that he got beat by Usyk in. They was jumping for joy. They loved it. There was some sort of, they caught the Holy Ghost off that shit. So it's people who, oh man, he don't need to free fight. He gonna lose the Usyk. He gonna lose the Usyk. So all right, cool. When the thought of him talking about taking step aside money even rises into the, oh man, he this, he that, or he a bitch. Now, never mind. A lot of times, when you get a new trainer, you want to be able to, all right, cool. It's other techniques that you're gonna teach me that I'm not necessarily accustomed to. So let me get a fight or two in up under your wing, and slowly and gradually work my tools to where I can get it to where I need to be. So when I fight the bully on the block, I'd be a lot more prepared to do so and equipped to do so. But nah, it's all the smoke. Oh man, he this and that, the third. The shit is just corny. He can't do shit right. But for him to come and shut the rumors down is dope. I love it, man. He's like, I'm not taking. Y'all need to quit listening to these interviews. I'm not taking no step aside money. Like, no, I'm going to get my belts back. And the dude who put out this misinformation, man, is just a cat who's just a Fury fanboy. He's just an overt Fury fanboy. Like, that shit is corny. It's corny as all hell. Because it's not being done out of a place of sincerity, man. It's being done out of a place of just being a super overt Tyson Fury fan. Like, and this is a dude with, he has outlet. He's a pundit. He's a writing pundit over there in the UK. You would think that somebody would have a lot more class when they go into these matters, because the objective is to be as unbiased as possible. And they're not doing that. They're not doing that. They don't give a fuck about being biased. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. They just want to big up their man. Tony Bellew is, you know, he's an extreme supporter of Anthony Joshua. He's been that for years. Look at when he knew what it was when he fought Joshua when it was time for Joshua to fight Usyk. He knew what that was. He knew he had an imminent threat in front of him. And he did not allow his admiration and his friendship for Anthony Joshua to cloud that judgment. He was very much so real about the situation. That's the type of shit that we need, man. Like in punditry, man. Like this shit over here in America, man. The boxing 24/7. It's just a lot of these pundits. They get to a point where, you know, they push a narrative. They're pro whatever side, and you have influence over people's thoughts when when people get, you know, when they'll at you on Twitter, or they can post your link to your website in certain on certain websites. You have influence to people's thoughts and them forming ideology. You want to mold them into a place where it's, you know, it's biases, if as close to the truth as possible. You want to do that. You want to be responsible for doing that. You don't want them to be so pro Anthony Joshua that they ignore all the bullshit that he's doing. Because what I'm about to tell you about Anthony Joshua in the now, and I'm a fan of a big fan of Anthony Joshua. But what I'm about to tell you is coming from a place of being centered and unbiased. He needs to hurry up and pick a trainer. He needs to hurry up. It's taking entirely too long for him to. We still haven't heard who's. Oh, come on now. We haven't heard who's training Anthony Joshua. We don't know. He is yet to pick a trainer for this upcoming fight, and it's gonna be it can't be no later than May. The fact that he left Robert McCracken, all right, cool, that's what's up. But who's up in the now? Who? He can't give us that. That could be detrimental to him. If you're gonna speak, you know, you can't sit here and come to, oh, I'm doing a tour. No, you should already have. I'm sure you listen to social media, you listen to the people, and I'm sure you've listened to somebody tell you who they think the best fit for you is as a trainer for what it is you need to develop in order to beat Usyk. Listen to them and go in the direction of that, man. You are a priority. Why? Because of the marquee value that you bring. They're gonna pack the house wherever y'all fight at. Wherever y'all fight at, they're gonna pack the house. And the incentive behind it is that man could possibly retire off of just cornering you that one fight. So you need to do that. Like, you need to get on right now, man. Your priority, whoever it is, you get. Unless you're talking about an Eddie Reynoso, as long as you ain't getting in the way of motherfucking Cinco de Mayo, you're gonna be prioritized. Just get on the ball, man, and let's go. We've had enough of the U.S. tour. Like, September, October, November, December, January. We're 4 months removed away from you getting your fucking title snatched from you by Usyk. You should have had somebody lined up to corner you, bro. One training camp, like 3 months, may not be enough time for you to get the tool, you know, to sharpen the tools that you need to deal with the likes of a Usyk. We need you on that shit right now. You should have been developing a game plan the minute you. All right, cool. This is my trainer right here. This is who I want in my corner. Right then and there, the game we going into fruition on the game plan. We about to bring the game plan into fruition. It's taking too long, my man. It's taking too long. You do not want to wait. You've already wasted too much time as is. You don't want to waste more time trying to get the right trainer. He has to check all the boxes. No. The right trainer may not check all the boxes. The right trainer is, at this point in time, checking all the boxes is not going to be a trainer that's going to improve your footwork, a trainer that's going to, you know, to feint better, to become a better counterpuncher. You're not going to get that. And that's not, even if you do, that's not what's going to beat Usyk as it pertains to you, because you can't beat him at that. There's certain tools that you can add to your game to better prepare you for Usyk, and it still be calculated behind it. Developing your lead left hook, hooking off at the jab, that's most important, if anything, if you ask me. and staying in the, staying in the clinch, tapping that man's body. That is those are that's what you need more so than anything. A trainer, the right trainer, a trainer that's gonna check off all the boxes. That's not what you need, because you don't need all the boxes checked in this fight, because you're not the boxes that you need. You're not gonna be able to do it at that level that he does it. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. You can't develop footwork in at that level in a timely manner to where you can compete with him in that regard. So no, bro, no. You need to get on that shit in the now, because I think you can beat him. I don't think there's no man in the heavyweight division that you can't beat. The fact that Usyk looked as busted up as he looked, with Joshua looking the way that he looked in that fight, I have no doubt in my mind that you can go in there and possibly knock this man out. That man's eye was cut open, like he was blemished. You put a beating on him, and you didn't even really do that good in the fight. So you don't need to be wasting no more time trying to pick out the perfect trainer. You're not going to get that. Get the trainer that's going to help you deal with all the attributes of a Usyk, without going to infinity and beyond to match, not, deal with it, not match him. You don't want to be able to match Usyk footwork for footwork. You don't want to be able to do that. You don't want to be able to do that. So you need to stop. You need to start buckling down, and like right now as I'm making this video, like as I'm done, like by the time this video uploads, a fucking trainer should be announced who's going to be cornering you. That's what I'm talking about. You've wasted enough time, King. Like, get to it. That's me speaking as a fan of you. That's how these pundits should be speaking of you. It should be as unbiased and coming from a place of truth. Not being a fucking overt dick rider. That shit is lame to me, man. That shit is lame. Like, just wouldn't. I hate how people do that shit. Be a fan. There's nothing wrong with being a fan of somebody, man. There's nothing wrong. I'm a fan of Anthony Joshua, man, and I'm gonna tell you, he might not beat Usyk. He might not beat Usyk. He'll still have a fan in me, but he might not beat Usyk. The way Usyk kept that man off balance, and as robotic as Anthony Joshua looked, maybe that's what frustrated him. Like, yo, I can't stay in front of this dude. It may be a replay of what we saw last September. It's a possibility. It's a genuine possibility. You're still gonna have a fan of me, and this is a fan talking to you. This is how all these pundits need to be. So I'm glad he shut down the rumors. I'm glad that he's not taking the step aside money. I'm glad that he's in the space. I'm going to get my belts back. Because once I was listening to Ring IQ, and he made a very good, he was making very valid points. He'll lose that leverage that he has if he steps aside. He'll lose whatever leverage he has, as opposed to if he was going there and beat Usyk. And now you don't have that 50-50 fight. You don't have that 60-40 split. You don't have none of that shit. Tyson Fury may do you like he's doing Dillian White if you was to step aside. I know a lot of people, I've seen a few people say that, yo, man, the objective is undisputed, so, we can't be hypocrites. We want undisputed, so he should step aside and take undisputed, which I wouldn't take issue with. But the thing is, he was supposed to be he thought he was supposed to be fighting him for undisputed when he fought Usyk. They was going on prepping arenas being erected and everything over in the Middle East or whatever. He was in the mindset, I'm going for undisputed. Arbitration is a non-factor. In his mind, he's prepping for undisputed, just for him to hear the arbitrator ruled in the favor of Deontay Wilder. After they spent months telling him, nah, man, that shit ain't about nothing. We ain't in arbitration. So now I'm supposed to step aside and let you fight somebody else for my belts that I went through the grinder to gain. No. No. I don't see myself I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So hey man, no. It just so happens Usyk beating. I want the shot to get my belts back. And he's earned that. He's earned every right to do that. So that's how I'm feeling about it, man. Yeah, I'm about to go in here and give me something to eat, man. Like and subscribe. Let me know how y'all feeling. Let me know if I'm burnt the fuck out or if I'm on to something. Ooh, yeah, I need that parking spot. It's close to the door. But yeah, man, that's what it is with me, man. Like I said, like and subscribe. Y'all let me know, man. Peace.